Looking to separate themselves in the PSAC Western Division standings, the IUP Crimson Hawks welcome the Gannon Golden Knights for a Saturday night showdown. Crimson Hawks women's basketball action comes your way next on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Hey fans, and welcome into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network pre-game show. It's time for some coverage of IUP women's basketball, and we're so happy you've joined us this Saturday night with Eric Kormos, the deep V-neck sweater. I'm Joshua. I also have a deep V-neck sweater. We're happy to have you with us, Eric. Let's begin discussing the IUP Crimson Hawks, who are trying to get back on the right track after falling to a really good Cal team last Wednesday.
Yeah, on the road at Cal. IUP actually had the lead after the first quarter, but the Vulcans did a really nice job, dominated the second quarter, and then rode that momentum out and captured the victory to even the season series. And then also, now you look at the top of the standings in the PSAC, as we're going to talk about here in a second, and there's a logjam with three different teams.
Yeah, you mentioned the logjam. Let's look at the PSAC Western Division standings here tonight. The IUP Crimson Hawks and Gannon and Cal. Look, all at the top, Eric. So this is really going to be a big game as far as clearing up this PSAC Western Division.
No, absolutely. You look at the three-way tie there, IUP, Cal, and Gannon. From the Crimson Hawk perspective, they split the season series with Cal, and hopefully tonight we'll split the season series with Gannon with a victory. Remember, they lost last month 81-66 on the road in Erie. And another thing to keep in mind, this also goes a long way in determining postseason seeding when you look at the PSAC tournament coming up here in a couple weeks.
Let's talk about the Gannon Golden Knights a little bit more here. We'll give you three things that you need to know about this women's basketball program, and they have been really good, Eric. An interesting thing, they were picked to finish tied for first in the PSAC West preseason poll. Where are they at right now in the PSAC West poll, tied for first?
Exactly right. So nice job by the media there in their prognostication. But Gannon's a very good basketball team. We talked about it earlier, getting a victory over IUP. Very good away from home, away from the Hammer Mill Center. You can see they're 6-2. And this is continued success of a program. Look at the last two previous head coaches moving on to Division I schools, the University of Akron and Miami of Ohio, two Mid-American Conference schools. So a continued success for the Gannon Golden Knights.
Yeah, you mentioned a word there, and that word was program. We're going to talk about these two programs a little bit more in a big picture perspective, the IUP women's basketball program and the men's basketball program, and all of the PSAC West programs, in fact, because when you look at those two programs, IUP and Gannon, they're right at the top.
Yeah, combined wins, looking at the men and women's program, IUP at the top, and then you see right behind them, not too far off, and a pretty good lead over third place Edinboro Gannon. So both programs, remember last year the men's team went to the NCAA tournament, so very successful on both sides.
The Gannon Golden Knights have got 4 players who average in double figures. We're going to talk about one of those players right now. That's the senior leader, Morgan Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors, fantastic shooter from outside, deep threat, leads the PSAC in three-point field goal percentage, averaging 16.5 points a game. Also second on the team in rebounds, so a very nice all-around player, senior leadership, can make her own shot and not afraid to take that long, deep three.
Neighbors, somebody that the Crimson Hawks will certainly have to account for the IUP Crimson Hawks. We've talked a little bit about a couple of different players, Megan Smith and Leslie Stapleton. We're going to go with Jeanne Brooks here tonight.
Yeah, Jeanne Brooks from Erie herself, a senior out of Villa Maria High School up in Erie. 6 double-doubles on the season, but 5 of them have come in the last 10 ball games. So she is really emerging here as we look towards postseason play. Brooks, the senior, averaging double figures in scoring and 8 rebounds per game. Look for her to hopefully have a good night tonight. inside, getting rebounds, and getting putbacks.
Another thing that John A. Brooks does tremendously is get to the foul line, second in the conference with over 100 free throw attempts this year. So it is going to be a really entertaining matchup, at least it's shaping up to be here at the KCAC. We've got IUP and Gannon right around the corner. When we come back, starting lineups and the national anthem from down on the court. It's women's basketball here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for your IUP Crimson Hawks under head coach Tom McConnell, assisted by Kelly Mazzanti and Jocelyn Floyd. From Erie, a senior at 5'11", she wears number 15, Shawnee Brooks. A senior at 5'3" from New Wilmington, number 10, Marina Wareham. A 6-foot sophomore from Blaine, number 42, Megan Smith. From Pittsburgh, a senior at 5'9", number 14, Alexis Aiken. And from Indiana, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Leslie Stapleton.
Three all-time against the Gannon Golden Knights, but right now the Crimson Hawks are trying to figure out a very cluttered PSAC Western Division.
We touched on it in the pregame. There's a three-way tie right now with Gannon, Cal, and IUP at the top of the PSAC West. Of course, the Crimson Hawks were defeated Wednesday night on the road at Cal, the defending divisional champs in Division II last year. And now you look at Gannon coming in here, the preseason #1 in the PSAC. Really struggling, Josh, coming into this basketball game. Before they got a win at home against Edinburgh on Wednesday, had lost 3 or 4 basketball games. So IUP with an opportunity right now to right the ship after the defeat on Wednesday night and put themselves back atop of the division.
Yeah, right now the IUP Crimson Hawks are kind of having to run the gauntlet in a sense with their schedule in women's basketball because you mentioned about Cal being the Division II national champions last year in women's basketball. IUP had to travel to Cal last Wednesday. They've got Gannon tonight, Mercyhurst on Wednesday up in Erie, and then Saturday a team up near the top in Edinburgh. So the Crimson Hawks really a difficult stretch. We'll see if they can make it happen here tonight at the KCAC. We're underway on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Wareham, Stapleton, Aiken, Brooks, and Megan Smith starting the game for the Crimson Hawks. Here's Brooks just inside the arc. That shot was partially blocked. Starting for Gannon, McKenna Shives, Amanda Birchtold, Brianna Brennan, Morgan Neighbors, and Jenny Tees. Both teams missed shots to begin the game, and back and forth we go. In women's basketball action, Stapleton pulls up for 3. It's too strong. Rebound to Tees. She really is a big-time rebounder for the Golden Knights. Jenny Tees is.
Yeah, actually leads the PSAC in overall rebounds. Comes into this basketball game at 12.5 per night, so look for her to create a presence inside.
Here's Morgan Neighbors controlling the ball, driving into the paint, draws the contact, and she will go to the line that time. So the switch got Aiken on Morgan Neighbors, and that's kind of a mismatch if you're an IUP Crimson Hawk fan. So Neighbors to the line.
Nice recognition by Neighbors. Able to use her speed to get her on Aiken, draw the contact, and go to the line. Interesting side note to this basketball game. Gannon comes in here tonight averaging 70 points per game offensively. And you look at IUP, 6 of their last 8 opponents they've held to under 60 points. So let's see what type of night Gannon has offensively if they can get off to a quick start as Neighbors here knocks down both of her free throws.
So a 1-2-2 full court press employed by the Golden Knights. Crimson Hawks trying to break it here, working right to left. It's Marina Wareham controlling. Right side to Megan Smith. Head and shoulders fake, and she traveled with the basketball. Megan Smith took the jump stop. Turnover on the Crimson Hawks.
Yep, on the jump stop, her foot just kept going. One more step. That nice call by the trail official.
And Eric, I'm surprised you weren't doing the motions up here, considering your busy schedule with Penns Manor earlier today, or Marion Center, with your referee duties. Driving, that is Birchtold. Inside, laying it up and in is Jenny Tees.
And Tees, a nice balance attack, 13 points per game offensively to go with those 13 rebounds. So averaging a double-double. You can see the press here. Gannon trying to slow down the transition offense for IUP.
And that's a big thing for the IUP Crimson Hawks, is to get out and run in transition. So certainly a good game plan for head coach Jim Brunelli and the Golden Knights to try to limit the Crimson Hawks. That ball tipped off the net and goes out of bounds. Brooks was trying to swing it to Wareham, and it hit the netting underneath the rim.
Good recognition, just a very long pass to try to go back across the middle of the key. But IUP catches a break, and they get the ball right underneath their own basket.
Brooks controlling, driving in the lane, missed the shot, rebound to Tees, and here come the Golden Knights countering back in transition, running the lane. Crimson Hawks get back defensively. It's Birchtold, bouncing it inside, turned it over. So Stapleton will lead the charge, back for the Crimson Hawks. Wareham will pop for three. Too strong, and the ball goes to Gannon. Open look for the Crimson Hawks, but Wareham couldn't convert.
Wareham, an excellent three-point shooter in the top 5. An overall percentage in the PSAC. So interesting matchup with her and Neighbors, and also inside, pay attention to Brooks and Tees on the inside, both of them quality rebounders.
Birchtold driving, almost turned it over, but Neighbors is there to save the day. Inside, Jenny Tees missed the bunny, gets her own rebound and finishes. So Jenny Tees has had a nice impact early on for Gannon.
Jeanne Brooks left Tees alone, went to trap the ball handler up top, and nice recognition, found Tees inside. Missed the first shot, but gets the rebound and puts it up and in.
Maybe why she has a double-double every game. Brooks controlling at the foul line, works it left side. Stapleton step back, three's down. Leslie Stapleton, we'll talk about her a little bit more in our broadcast. She's been phenomenal for the Crimson Hawks, the senior leader, and she certainly played like it.
Absolutely, fantastic three-point shooter, top 3 in the conference, very confident.
Right side, here is Brennan driving. Lost the ball, but it will stay with Gannon as it was knifed away. 9 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Got a couple of third-year head coaches here in Tom McConnell and Jim Brunelli, and they've both done an outstanding job. If you don't believe me, look at their records this season. Inbound goes to Birchtold. 5 on the shot clock. Birchtold has an open lane, but missed the shot. Rebound to Tees. So Gannon gets a fresh 30 to work with. Foul call in the lane as Neighbors was driving.
IUP bench asking for a push-off on Neighbors. And McConnell's talking to the trail official, but that's a tough call to make, especially when there's a lot of contact.
The senior guard, Amanda Birchtold, yo-yos the ball between the circles for the Gannon Golden Knights. She'll go to work and move it left side. Here's McKenna Shives, guarded by Leslie Stapleton, IUP, in a player-to-player defense. Shives finds safe haven to Brianna Brennan. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Brennan driving inside. Tees lays it up and in. Great work by Gannon to find the cutting Jenny Tees, and she's already got 6 points for the Golden Knights here this evening.
Yeah, well on her way to her 13-point average. But again, nice recognition. That time by Brennan, finding Tees inside.
Number 10,
Brianna Brennan picks up the foul there. Gannon, a team that scores a lot of points, as you mentioned, Eric. IUP does a nice job limiting teams, and they've done a nice job scoring as well. So we've got two really good basketball teams going at it here tonight in this PSAC doubleheader. Stapleton controls it for the Crimson Hawks and moves it to Wareham. Marina will put a 3-ball up and miss it. Long board will go to Gannon. Checking into the game for the IUP Crimson Hawks is a sophomore. Number 23 is Hallie Denman. Denman in for Megan Smith in an 8-3 game. Inside once again. Wareham knocked the ball away. Tees got it back off of her foot going IUP's direction, and Shawnee Brooks did a nice job playing Tees there. Media timeout at the KCAC. It's our first one. 8-3 game. We'll take a break and come back with more women's basketball right after this.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
It's about putting others first. It's doing your best at whatever you do. It's about being honest with yourself, with everything. It's all of these. It's more. It's commitment. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
.8 points per game, 49.8 field goal percentage, and 40.5 three-point percentage. Over her last 5 games, however, she is averaging 18.8 points per game, 51.6 field goal percentage, and 46.4 three-point field goal percentage. Back to you guys.
Our sideline reporter, Jake DeLuca, looking forward to your updates throughout the evening, and mentioned Leslie Stapleton. She's really played like the senior leader the past number of games for IUP. 4 20-point performances in her last 5 games really speaks volumes.
Yeah, 16 out of 19 games this season, she scored in double figures, so consistent effort as well from the senior.
Here's Brooks laying it in off the baseline drive.
Nice use of the left hand by Brooks, shielding the ball from the defender Tees. Going for that 6th double-double in her last 11 games.
So we've got those 2 post players in Brooks and Tees. They're matched up and they're going at it here this evening. It's Brennan, open lane to the basket, and she lays it up and in. Brianna Brennan for 2.
She was able to lose Wareham. Wareham got caught up on a screen from Tees and wasn't able to catch back up. A nice drive by Brennan. Nice finish as well.
Stapleton pops for 3. It's a bit too strong. Long rebound corralled by Neighbors. And Neighbors will get things started the other way after she finds Amanda Birchtold. Gannon, a veteran team, inside. Tees has a lane, puts it up and in with the left hand. And great body position by Jenny Tees.
Yeah, very nice job. Had Brooks pinned down. Did a nice job using her hip. Able to get the ball. A nice, easy lay-in for Tees. And Tees already up to 8 points here in the first 7 minutes.
Whistling pass to Wareham. And here's Hallie Denman. Good ball movement. Crimson Hawks. Jeanne right inside the 3-point line. Missed the shot. Tees collects the rebound.
If you're IUP, that's a shot that you want. Brooks wide open. Nice ball movement. Just unable to knock it down.
Certainly. We've got a foul call. And it's an offensive foul. Megan Smith ready to check in, and she will do so. So Smith in for Alexis Aiken. Hallie Denman in the game for IUP as well.
And Neighbors was called for an illegal screen on that play. And Gannon coincidentally leads the PSAC in overall fouls. They commit the most fouls in the conference per game on an average as well. So look for that to see if IUP can take advantage of that and potentially get into the bonus.
Brooks driving and kicking. Stapleton knocks down the 3-ball. Another one for Leslie Stapleton, her second of the night. Right on cue, Jake DeLuca's update comes to fruition there. Stapleton from downtown. Here is Brennan missing the shot. Ball is tipped and corralled by Jeannet. And now the Crimson Hawks will push in transition. Lead pass ahead to Stapleton. She'll pull up for the J. It's a bit too strong. Denman corrals the board. Megan Smith has the basketball for the Crimson Hawks. And here's Stapleton putting the ball on the deck, and we've got a foul call on tees there. The Gannon Golden Knights are a team that shoots the ball very well, Eric. 42.1% on average, and they're shooting the ball great so far this evening.
Quick start, 5 of 10 from the field, and out rebounding IUP 9-4. So keep an eye on that statistic tonight as we move on. Can Gannon continue to control the glass and gain second opportunities?
Wareham around and down it goes. Some home cooking for Marina Wareham on the 15-footer there. Now under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Women's basketball action on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Long two, missed everything. Neighbors corrals the rebound. It's blocked away by Denman, and she's taking off the other way for the Crimson Hawks. Denman floats one to Wareham. She's got the baseline, finds Brooks, fouled. Great ball movement by IUP, and you see the Crimson Hawks are not afraid to get back the other way offensively.
Nice decision making by Wareham as well. Passed up a shot for herself to get a better shot for her teammate Brooks. And Brooks back to the line again.
Jeanne Brooks at the foul line for IUP. She had a tough game Wednesday night against Cal U, but overall she's been very consistent, has Jeanne Brooks. On the year, 60.3% for Jeanne. Brooks, career highs of 24 points, 16 rebounds, and she's going to check out of the game. Now on the floor for IUP is the senior, number 11, Amy Graham, a 6'2" forward from Zanesville, Ohio. Amy Graham in the game for IUP. Now under 1:30 to play in the first quarter. We're knotted at 12. Here's Brennan. Shot was blocked, but a foul call.
And that's going to go on Graham. Comes into this, don't like to see that come into the game and make a foul right away. But Brennan going to go to the line, shoot two.
Brianna Brennan averages just over 11 points per game, and at the line, she's pretty solid. 67% is Brianna Brennan at the foul line this season.
Interesting to see here, Josh, what happens over the last minute 20 as Gannon goes back up here by 2, but what type of momentum is going to be built by either one of these teams here as we close out this quarter, especially when you look at what IUP suffered on Wednesday night.
Megan Smith missed that time. Rebound goes to Alyssa Eller-Brock. Driving. Here is Brennan to Eller-Brock. That's a 3-ball, missed. Ball is tipped and saved by Wareham. And here come the Crimson Hawks, now under a minute to play in quarter number 1. Smith driving baseline, bounces to Denman, floater missed, and a push foul rather, called underneath. But IUP is countering back and making Gannon really be sound defensively.
Gannon up to team, that's their 5th team foul, sending IUP back to the line for 2 more foul shots.
Amy Graham at the line. IUP 2 of 2 from the foul line before that one. Morgan Neighbors back in for the Golden Knights. Graham missed the second. On the line, we'll give IUP the basketball. That was Lanice Saunders, the 6'2" center from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, into the game for Gannon. Tees will return to replace her. maybe just giving tees a spell here before the end of the quarter. IUP has the ball. Inside to Smith, shot fake, was fouled on the way up. Brianna Brennan can't believe it, but she's going to be charged with the foul call there on Megan Smith.
That'll be the second foul on the evening for Brennan. IUP looking already now, after this, we'll have 6 foul shots.
Smith, nearly 70% at the line this season. She's really come into her own as a player, and we saw flashes of Megan Smith last year, what she can do in an IUP uniform. This year she's taken it to a whole nother level. Nicole LaCava into the game for the Golden Knights now. 34 seconds to go in the first quarter, and a 14-14 tie. Bergtold has the ball and kicks it out. Ellerbrock driving, she's fouled on the way to the basket.
Going back to what you talked about with Megan Smith coming into her own, leading the PSAC in overall blocks with 36 and second in per game average, just a shade under 2 per game. So a nice job by her protecting the rim.
Shot clock is turned off for Gannon. Shot is missed, rebound is controlled. Looked like IUP had it. Gannon comes away with the basketball. We've got a turnover there. 10.5 remaining here in the first quarter, and IUP has it. Shot clock is turned off, and remember against Seton Hill, Carolyn Appleby hit a buzzer beater ending the third quarter. Wareham controls it. She picked up her dribble, has nowhere to go. Down to 2 on the shot clock, forces up a shot. It's short, end of 1, and we've got a 14-14 tie. Teams settling in here at the KCAC. Hope you are too. IUP Women's Basketball returns right after this, streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
Today, Eric Almirola behind the wheel in that 43 card.
We all have a role to play here at Richard Petty Motorsports. We respect each other, work hard, and that helped us get the big win in Daytona. My partners in the U.S. Air Force also know that it takes a team to make each mission a success. Your coworkers, family, and friends are your team. Treat them with respect, and together you can accomplish great things. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
You fill up my senses like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again.
Welcome back to the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. IUP Women's Basketball here on BacklightTV.com. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, Jake DeLuca hanging out with you here this evening. And Eric, we mentioned it at length in our pregame show. We're going to talk about it again because this game is going to go a long way as far as clearing up the PSAC West.
Absolutely. Look at the 3-way tie there. IUP Cal and Gannon Cal getting the victory over the Crimson Hawks Wednesday night. Gannon with an opportunity here in IUP as well to vault themselves up into first place. And you can see Edinburgh, don't count them out, 9-6, just 2 games behind with games coming up. Of course, they got swept by Gannon, but IUP still yet to play Edinburgh, so don't sleep on the Fighting Scots.
Yeah, the Golden Knights were able to get the season sweep of the Fighting Scots on Wednesday night. Another foul call here, and Morgan Neighbors is going to go to the line.
Coming into this game, Josh, looking at rebounding, Gannon second overall in the PSAC in terms of rebounding, and that really is held up here tonight. 13-6 edge after the first quarter. Brennan unable to connect on the foul shot. So, again, something to keep in mind there. Both teams doing a nice job controlling the basketball. Gannon 4 turnovers, though, a couple late in that first quarter.
Morgan Neighbors' career high of 31 points came against the IUP Crimson Hawks in early December in that meeting between the two teams up in Erie. She scored 31 against IUP. That is her career high. So the Crimson Hawks certainly trying to keep her in check this evening. Smith slings it to Wareham. Zone defense now for the Golden Knights. Denman penetrates and kicks. Graham is open. She was a bit short on the shot. Rebound goes to Neighbors, and here come the Golden Knights. Both teams not afraid to move the ball in transition. Neighbors picked up her dribble, hands off to Birchtold. Samantha Birchtold turned the ball over. Good active hands by Marina Wareham, IUP's senior guard. Lead pass ahead to Smith. She finds Stapleton, who's open for three. Stapleton puts it down. Number 3 on the night for Leslie Stapleton.
Gives her 9 on the evening, halfway to another 20-point performance for her, which will give her 5 out of her last 6 games.
Leslie Stapleton had a really nice first quarter Wednesday night against Cal U. Shot is missed. Hallie Denman tracks down the rebound, and she takes it all the way, sends it to Graham. Crimson Hawks will reset a bit here. Smith, open lane to the basket, lays it up and in with the left hand. And if no one's going to stop the ball, Megan Smith will make you pay.
Nice decisive move by Smith, quick first step, and she knew exactly what she wanted to do with that basketball. Finished with the left hand. Nice to see that control.
That shot is missed, but look who's there. Jenny Tees. She's always right around the basket there, Eric. Good to clean up the garbage, and she's in double figures with 10 points.
Yeah, to go along with 6 boards and a block, so nice performance. 5 of 7 from the field. Quick start for Tees.
Amy Graham controls. Here's Denman. Stapleton from the near corner. Too strong. Neighbors tracks down another rebound. Inside. Ball was tipped for a moment, but here's Ellerbrock. She turned it over. Stapleton counters back 2-on-2. Bounce pass right side. Denman up and under, missed the shot. Clear out foul will be called there on Graham. Just a bit too aggressive there. A couple of substitutions. Aiken and Brooks back in for IUP. LaShawna Gatewood into the game for Gannon. McKenna Shives also checks in for the Golden Knights. And a 2-point IUP advantage, PSAC Western Division doubleheader here at the KCAC. Long 2 for Neighbors was short, and the Crimson Hawks will get the ball. That's not a turnover, but it basically is, Eric.
Well, just a poor shot, and 0 for 3 from the field tonight for Neighbors, so a very slow start for her, just 3 points, all those coming from the free throw line. Remember, she came into this game averaging nearly 17 per contest.
Here's Smith, bouncing to Brooks and back out. Wareham is open for 3. It's no good. Rebound goes to LaShawna Gatewood. She's a 5'10" senior guard out of Twinsburg, Ohio. Running the floor and laying it up and in is Amanda Birchtold. And Gannon has guards who are able to attack you off the dribble and hit the J on you. So a lot to defend if you're an IUP Crimson Hawks player. Stapleton swings it right side to Wareham. Here's Smith. Kicks to Brooks. Around and out it goes for Jeanne.
IUP struggling to find their shot tonight, just 6 of 22 from the field.
Neighbors in the lane, kicks out, long threes up, and it's too strong. That was McKenna Shives. Nice board as Aiken pulled it down.
Yeah, nice rebound by Aiken in there, going up one-on-one on that matchup for that basketball with Tees. And Aiken comes away with it. Attempted to pass, and Tees kicked it out of bounds, so IUP takes over.
Lauren Tews into the game for the Golden Knights. Tews, the 5'11" freshman out of Waterford, Michigan. So the Golden Knights are a lot like IUP in a sense that they don't play a ton of players very much, but they have their core. The Golden Knights are working in some bench pieces as we speak, however. Smith launches for 3. That's way off, but the board's controlled. Shot clock doesn't reset because the ball didn't hit the rim, so IUP has to force something up. And they won't. Shot clock violation. Smith didn't hit the rim there, so the shot clock didn't reset, and IUP seemed like they were unaware.
Yeah, unable to recognize. They were down to about 5 seconds there, and you can see the referees over here talking at the table. seeing if that ball did hit the rim, but apparently that it didn't. So Gannon takes over.
Shives working off the dribble. Stapleton tips it away. Allie Denman and Courtney Storm had to be aware down on the IUP bench. Got to pay attention on that bench, Eric. You never know.
Yeah, you're right there. Bodies come crashing in. Deflections, ball's coming right at you, so heads up on the bench.
Here is Birchtold to McKenna Shives. Shives, the 5'5" sophomore. Inside, double team. T's power dribble is fouled on the way up.
Lazy foul by Aiken on the reach right there. Well, you know, she's going to make T's go earn it at the line, but I'd like to see them not find themselves in that position. T's able to split the team, able to split the defenders and put the ball up on the rebound.
So the Crimson Hawks have tried to make a concerted effort to stop Jenny Tees, but she has still had her way, in a sense, averaging 13 points per game. She's now in with 11 already here in the first half. So very nice start for Jenny Tees. Shauna Gatewood back into the game for the Golden Knights, as is Megan Smith.
You look at Gannon's roster. Tees is a senior. Birchtold is a senior. Neighbors is also a senior, so 3 of their senior leaders are starters on this basketball team. And that's really going to help them, you would think, as they move towards postseason play. They know what it takes to be successful. So keep an eye on that tonight to see what type of leadership they provide.
Certainly, this is a veteran team that has had success in the past, and they're hoping to manifest it this year as well. Smith finds Aiken. Nice pass inside. Brooks' shot was blocked away. That was Tews blocking the shot of Jeanne Brooks. Looking for Tees, but instead it's Gatewood. Gatewood in the lane. Pivots her way, lays it up and in. She got the friendly roll right over the front of the rim there.
As soon as she got the ball, Gatewood knew what she was going to do, attack the basket. Able to lay it up and in. Nice job for her coming off the bench. Nice spark she's provided for Gannon.
23-19, Golden Knights leading the Crimson Hawks here. Double team, IUP swinging the ball. Denman puts the floater up and in. Hallie Denman has done a lot of nice things for IUP. She's gotten some really valuable minutes in the first half.
You can see she's very comfortable and confident taking that floater. That's the second time tonight she's done that, able to find the range. Nice job by her.
Inside, Brooks denies the entry pass. Carolyn Appleby into the game for the IUP Crimson Hawks, but we're going to step out here with a media timeout. 23-21, Gannon on top. It's IUP Women's Basketball streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful.
But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
Courtside to our sideline reporter, Jake DeLuca. Jake, do you have an update on Leslie Stapleton?
Leslie Stapleton was down here getting assistance from one of the assistant coaches from IUP. She seems to have a headache. It doesn't appear that it's going to take her out of the game, and that would be a shame too because she leads IUP with 9 points. I'll keep you guys updated, but right now she's sidelined.
Stapleton on the bench, holding her head, so we'll have to certainly monitor that moving forward. Shot clock winding down, travel call. Turnover on Gannon, it's their 5th of the half. IUP's only got 2 turnovers, but Gannon has really been solid defensively, I would say.
Yeah, they've done a very nice job. IUP 7 of 25 from the field. 28%. Also one of those turnovers coming on a shot clock violation. So Gannon doing a nice job.
Smith is open for a straightaway three. It's short, and Neighbors tracks down another rebound. Morgan Neighbors has 6 rebounds on the evening already. Her and Tees.
That's what makes her such a valuable player for Gannon. She hasn't been able to score from the field tonight. All of her points coming from the free throw line, but able to contribute even though she's not putting the ball in the basket.
And I think that's the true mark of a good basketball player. If your shot's not on, what can you do to help your team in other ways? And that's a turnover. Looking inside for Tees there was Lauren Tews, and Tews will check out as LaShawna Gatewood comes in for Tews.
Yeah, the pass there from Tews just a little too deep. Tees wasn't able to catch up with it, and the ball went out of bounds. A sloppy turnover for Gannon.
Golden Knights have tried to work the ball inside, and a number of times they've had a lot of success with it here in the first half. 2-point lead for the Golden Knights. Brooks has the ball. Smith has a seam. Turned the ball over, and Brooks will pick up a foul. Megan Smith had a lane to the basket, but didn't have the angle to make the pass, and that's another turnover. And Leslie Stapleton does return for IUP. Stapleton, a player who plays a lot of minutes for the IUP Crimson Hawks, averages 34.6 minutes per game for IUP. So whenever she's not on the court, obviously have to see if everything's okay, because that's a very rare sight. Here's Tees controlling, power dribble, up it goes, but it's blocked away. Gannon with another chance. Tees going to work inside. Offensive foul on the charge. And Tees put the shoulder into Brooks, and that is going IUP's way.
You could see she was frustrated before that. Brooks got the block. Gannon immediately fed the ball back into the post for Tees, but she lowered that shoulder and just knocked over Brooks. Easy call. And another turnover for Gannon now, their 9th of the first half. And for Tees, that's 2 personal fouls, so she takes a seat.
She's been very effective for Gannon so far this evening. Appleby has the ball far side. Whistle and a foul call as Appleby was driving. It's LaShawna Gatewood picking up the foul. First foul, second team foul of the quarter rather, in first half action. Another whistle on the inbounds this time.
This foul, number 31, Nicole Cava.
Nicole Cava picks up the foul call. 2:02 remaining in the first half of play. Fairly low scoring first half, I would say.
But about what we expected coming in.
Denman is open, and she rattles a 3-ball down. Hallie Denman had a lot of time and space, and she stepped into a 3-ball.
Nice job by Denman off the bench. 5 points to go along with 3 rebounds. A nice spark.
Denman, a player who only averages 2.7 per game. Turnover, Appleby pushing the pace back. Here's Hallie Denman to Stapleton. Thought about the 3. Had the ball knifed away from behind, though. Good work by Tews there. Timeout by Jim Brunelli and the Golden Knights with 1:21 to go.
It's a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. So let's talk a little bit more about Gannon's head coach. That is Jim Brunelli in his 3rd season with the Golden Knights, and he has really done a nice job as far as winning basketball games, Eric.
Well, he came to Gannon from Anderson University, which is in South Carolina. Did a fantastic job, was the conference coach of the year. His final year there, took Anderson to the conference regular season and tournament championships. Fantastic job he did there. He spent time at the University of Akron, a long time at the University of Albany up in New York, and then his first job as a graduate assistant was at Clarion University, so able to come home of sorts for him. He's from Pennsylvania, from Forest, PA, and he also played for Clarion in the mid-90s.
So get him back in the PSAC. corner three is missed. Rebound to Berchtold. So Berchtold controlling here, looking for the cutter. Berchtold had to pick up a dribble, instead hands to Twos. Appleby has the ball. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Crimson Hawks have a 1-point edge here in this PSAC West clash. Appleby missed the shot, long rebound, tracked down by Smith. Stapleton open from the near corner. She missed at that time as well. IUP has had a hard time shooting here in the first half. They're under 28% on the half.
Yeah, both teams really struggling from the field offensively tonight. Speaks to the defensive efforts by both teams.
Driving inside is Gatewood, and she is called for a double dribble. 20 seconds to go, and we've got an IUP timeout. Shot clock's turned off. Crimson Hawks will take a timeout. Marina Wareham into the game for IUP. She will check in. It's a 30-second timeout, so Crimson Hawks are trying to draw something up here before the end of the first half, Eric.
Well, you'd like to take some momentum into the locker room right now. You have a 1-point edge. You're at home. You have the basketball. Shot clock is turned off. So you're looking to take the last shot of this half, go into the lead. Worst case scenario, you're up by 1. Hopefully here you can increase that lead to 3, potentially 4 with a 3-pointer.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have scores, stats, and analysis. Some highlights of the first half, and we'll also hear from head coach Tom McConnell. Jake DeLuca will have a chance to catch up with the coach before the beginning of the second half. So a lot to get to, but if you're IUP, obviously would like to have a nice momentum swing going in, Eric.
No doubt about that. At home against somebody that you're tied with for the conference lead, looking to avenge an earlier season loss.
So Gannon does employ the full court press to try to limit IUP a bit. Denman is open, but instead she kicks to Wareham. 5 on the shot clock, step back 3. Wareham missed, ball's tipped out, and that will be the end of the first half. Very competitive, back and forth first half. Both teams trading blows, nothing landing big time, but a 1-point lead for IUP. 24-23, we'll take a break here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Come back with our halftime report. So don't go away, this is IUP basketball, streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere, programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
The Crimson Hawks Sports Network, it's halftime. So let's begin with our halftime stats. Take a look at those numbers and see that both teams struggled from the field in the first half, Eric.
Yeah, very competitive first half. You can see very sluggish starts for both teams. IUP at 26, almost 27%, Gannon at 33%. But look at the rebounding edge right there. Golden Knights holding a 24-13 rebound edge over IUP has led to a lot of second chance points. As you can see, it's taken IUP 6 more shot attempts to equal the 8 field goals of Gannon. So, but Gannon on the flip side, although they have that rebound edge, you can see right there the 10 turnovers compared to IUP's 4. And Jenny Tees, we wanted to highlight her. Very nice start, 5 of 8 from the field, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Nice job from the senior. Really fantastic stuff.
Let's talk a little bit more about the top performers from the first half. And there's a lot of people that had a big impact on this game, Eric.
Yeah, we've talked about Tees already. Neighbors coming into this basketball game, averaging 16.5 points for Gannon right now, sitting at 0 of 3 from the field, but able to contribute with 6 rebounds. Brooks done a nice job for IUP, 3 assists to go along with 4 points, but a slow start for her, 1 for 6 from the field. And Stapleton, of course, with 3 3-pointers on the evening, 9 points, leaving her 2 3-pointers shy of 200 for her career.
Very solid accomplishment for the Red Shirts. Allie Gannon had a great first half for IUP. She played a lot of minutes for the Crimson Hawks. And for IUP, after this game tonight, they have to hit the road and go to Mercyhurst. They travel to Erie to take on the Lakers because earlier in the year, the Lakers came to IUP very early in the season for something that IUP likes to call Education Day. And what they did is they brought students from area schools, put them in the crowd, and told them to go nuts. And they did. They did just that.
Oh, it's a fantastic idea. You bring the community in. Young women can come here and see the game right up close and personal at a very high level, Division II, one of the best teams in Division II. And it's, it makes it a sense of community as well. Lots of all the local school districts. We can see right here on the IUP women's team right here, you have Stapleton from Indiana, a local product. So Hollidaysburg as well, Courtney Storm. Local products, keep them home. And McConnell, I'm sure, wants to do that in terms of the recruiting trail. But it's a fantastic opportunity. You look at that Mercyhurst game, you talked about it, Josh. That was the second game of the season.
And now let's go down to the court. We'll hear from head coach Tom McConnell. Jake DeLuca standing by.
Jake DeLuca here with head coach Tom McConnell. Coach, what is the so Leslie Stapleton was a little shaken up there at the end of the second quarter. Any update on her health?
Yeah, she took a shot to the ribs. We think she's going to be okay. Started cramping up a little bit, but hopefully she's going to be good for the second half.
Okay, a low-scoring first half there. How do you plan to open it up in the second half?
Well, we just got to knock down some shots against their zone and get better ball movement.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
Head coach Tom McConnell with Jake DeLuca. Looking forward to your updates, Jake. He'll be talking with head coach Joe Lombardi and also our player of the game here tonight. So Jake working hard down on the sideline, and we certainly appreciate it. Second half ready to get underway here at IUP. It's a 24-23 game, and you heard the message. Crimson Hawks just need to knock down some shots. They've had a lot of open looks in the first half, just not shooting the ball very well at all.
And McConnell touched on it. You have to give credit to the Gannon zone. They're forcing IUP to take jumpers, and as of right now, they are not going down.
So Crimson Hawks will now work from left to right on your television screen here. Brooks has the ball to begin the second half. Drives baseline, gets body control, lays it in. Good work by IUP senior and our player to watch.
A nice job being aggressive with Tees inside. Tees with 2 fouls. Nice thought to have her pick up a third here early in the second half.
And a turnover right off the bat for Gannon. We'll give the ball to the Crimson Hawks. Gannon has really done a nice job with this full court press, and I'm sure the main reason for that was to limit IUP in transition, and Crimson Hawks not shooting the ball well, and I think the press has kind of had a lot to do with it because they haven't been able to get into a rhythm offensively. It's just kind of discombobulated everything in a sense.
Oh, absolutely, and the zone has done a very nice job of that as well.
Inside, Brooks finds Aiken. She missed the shot. It was halfway down the cylinder. A big groan from the faithful tonight at the KCAC. Here's Berchtold controlling for Gannon. It's in Morgan Neighbors. Neighbors only had 3 points in the first half, but she contributed in other ways. Shives opened for 3, missed the shot. Smith corrals the board.
Nice pass by Tees, just unable to knock down the 3.
Smith shovels. Here's Megan driving the lane. Left hand, missed the shot. So another okay look for IUP. They can't get it to go. Back ahead for Gannon. Neighbors missed the shot. She's fouled, and she will go to the line here. 8:27 to go, and the Gannon Golden Knights were pushing it back the other way.
Yeah, up and running, no doubt about that. Looking to get an easy transition bucket off of the rebound. Neighbors' aggressive take. Still looking for that first basket from the field.
Converts at the free throw line, does Neighbors. Neighbors, our player to watch. She hails from Westerville, Ohio. The 5'9" senior guard. She has played for Gannon for a number of years. She's been a multi-year starter. Really a calming presence on the court is Morgan Neighbors.
And had a career-high 31 points last time that these two teams met up, so IUP doing a much better job the second time around, keeping her contained.
Neighbors' career high in rebounds is 8, and she's at 6 right now. Brooks, or check that, Aiken, surging down the lane and picks up the offensive foul. Jenny Tees stood her ground and took the contact.
Yeah, Aiken needs to pull up and either pass or take a shot a little earlier, a little out of control.
26-25 game, IUP up by 1. Spinning and scoring is Jenny T. She continues to work. It seems like anytime she's been matched up one-on-one, she's had the better of whoever's been guarding her.
Well, she's tough to defend. You saw right there, a nice move. And now they're going to call Wareham for an offensive foul.
Press maybe beginning to frustrate the IUP Crimson Hawks women a bit. Wareham with the forearm shiver.
Well, she was in a tough spot right there. She had come over half court, and she found herself right by the half-court line and the sideline. Not a good place to be for a point guard.
She was trapped all the way around.
Yep.
She had 2 players in her face, couldn't go back, couldn't go to the side. She really had nowhere to go. Cutting and missing that shot there was Birchtold. Wareham comes out of the pile with the board. Pass is tipped out of bounds. Will stay with the Crimson Hawks. 25 seconds to go on the shot clock here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. Megan Smith controlling the ball for the Crimson Hawks. Tried to work it inside. Gannon there defensively.
Gannon doing a nice job getting their hands in the passing lanes right there with the kickball. They've really done a nice job disrupting the rhythm of this IUP offense.
Here is Brooks to Denman. Jeanne, shot fake, put the ball on the deck and got it to go. Jeanne Brooks, everyone hesitated with the shot fake and she had a lane to the hoop.
You can see that's a second half adjustment from Coach Tom McConnell and IUP. They want to attack with Brooks, attack Tees inside, try to pick up that third foul. And so far, Brooks is 2 for 2 from the field.
Brooks with 6 points on the evening. Make it 8 points after that basket. So IUP will get it here. Hallie Denman hasn't done a ton on the stat sheet. It's not like she's filled up the stat sheet, but I've really been impressed with her play. As a bench player, someone who doesn't get a ton of minutes for IUP has been nothing short of solid.
Oh, very nice night, 5 points, 3 rebounds, nice spark off the bench. And you need somebody that's going to come in and do that. And spell, for instance, look at Stapleton. She plays a lot. Smith also plays a lot. So it's nice when somebody can come in and contribute.
Stapleton lost the ball on the way up. And Tees was there to stand her ground defensively. Here's Birchtold. Driving, shots blocked away. Megan Smith, leading shot blocker in the conference. She blocked Brianna Brennan there on the drive. And now Megan Smith at the other end, she shuffled her feet. Indeed, travel call on IUP. That's a turnover here.
Just a little indecisive with the basketball, wasn't quite sure what to do. She wanted to shoot it, if she wanted to drive. And started to move before she put the ball down. Another turnover.
Crimson Hawks did not turn the ball over at all in the second quarter of play. They've got 3, make it 4 here tonight in the third quarter.
And give credit to Gannon. They've really ratcheted up their defensive pressure and forced those turnovers.
Got a 3-second lane violation, and IUP will get the ball. So Gannon turns the ball over. Gannon, they had a lot of turnovers as well in the first half. 10 of them to be specific. So now IUP working it back the other way with Marina Wareham controlling. Denman double team, she lost the basketball. Neighbors steals and takes off ahead. Great work by Gannon running the floor, and McKenna Shives gets the basket for 2. Gannon passed the ball magnificently there.
Yeah, nice look by Birchtold to find Shives.
Gannon beginning to jump things a little bit here. 5:24 remaining in the third quarter of play. It's been a back and forth game all night long. 3 ties and 6 lead changes has us right now 29-28 in favor of the Golden Knights. That pass off of Jeanne Brooks's leg and it sails out of bounds. So Crimson Hawks, seems like they need to gather themselves mentally in a sense here. Shives to Brianna Brennan. pass out of Neighbors' reach, backcourt violation. So IUP turns it over, Gannon comes back, and they turn it over.
Yeah, back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back possessions. But it really speaks to the defensive pressure that the teams are putting on here in the second half. Slow scoring half thus far, just 10 combined points over the first 5 minutes.
Megan Smith has the basketball. She's been rather quiet with 4 points. Brooks spinning in the lane. Another offensive foul on John A. Give it back to Gannon as John A. Brooks was working one-on-one in the post. We're going to take a break here on the Crimson Hawk Sports Network. It's a media timeout on the floor. First one of the third quarter. 1 point, Gannon lead. We'll be back with more IUP basketball right after this. We're streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
And I wish it joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love.
Daddy, we don't say words like that. Good examples. Pass them on.
With the smallest of dreams and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean.
To the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, Jake DeLuca hanging out with you, and we want to talk a little bit more about the man you heard from before the beginning of the second half. That's Tom McConnell. Eric, he's really been everywhere as a basketball coach.
Yeah, you look at the stops he's made in his coaching career. Started at the University of Pittsburgh as a volunteer assistant. Spent time at Dayton, Marquette up in Wisconsin, Colorado a few years ago. And then now in his third season at IUP. Done a fantastic job. Remember, 7 years in the 1990s as the head coach at the Division I St. Francis in Loretto. Did a fantastic job there. And his IUP on the right track.
It's a basketball family. The McConnells are, Eric.
Nephew right now in the NBA, TJ McConnell from Chartiers Valley High School outside of Pittsburgh. Played at Arizona. Now part of the 76ers.
And of course, Coach McConnell's sister, Susie McConnell, is the head coach at the University of Pittsburgh. So this is a family that really knows basketball, and Coach McConnell's son, Chris, plays on the IUP men's basketball team. So connections abound for the McConnell family as it relates to basketball. 29-28, 1 point lead for Gannon here in the third quarter. Approaching 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Open is Brooks, she lays it in. John A. Brooks found the opening. Stapleton delivered a perfect pass, 2 points for IUP.
And that puts Brooks now into double figures with 10 points, 4 and 9 from the field. So nice job by her.
Inside tees, pass was a bit awry, but she corrals it. Shives launches for three, it's off the front of the rim. Smith saves it, but it's right to Gannon. Counted, and the foul for Morgan Neighbors. What a bad break for the Crimson Hawks, and what a heads-up play if you're the Gannon Golden Knights.
Absolutely, nice job. Neighbors able to pick up the loose ball there on the pass, on the save from Smith. But if you're Smith, you cannot save the basketball underneath your basket, underneath the your defensive basket, right underneath. She threw it right to the hoop, and Neighbors, nice job, picked it up and scooped and scored.
Neighbors completes the old-fashioned three-point play, and it puts Gannon up by 2. So now IUP will try to push the other way. Brooks had her shot blocked away by Tees. Jenny Tees has been phenomenal all night long for the Golden Knights.
A nice job standing your ground defensively, just put the arm up. She has it right to that spot on the floor, and nice job blocking the shot.
Bergtold picked up her dribble at the near elbow. Brianna Brennan lays it in. And off the handoff, Brianna Brennan gets 2 points to go.
Nice left-hand drive by Brennan, showing off some of that versatility.
Brennan with 6 now for Gannon, rather. Smith has it to Denman, and IUP works around the perimeter. Baseline drive and a feed to Megan Smith. Shot clock winding down for IUP at 5. Brooks puts up a 16-footer and knocks it down. Janae Brooks, 12 points now for IUP senior.
Nice confident stroke by Brooks. No hesitation whatsoever on that shot, able to knock it down.
And that's a foul away from the basketball. Brennan got Brooks up in the chops. So that's a foul on Gannon, and you can see Janae react.
Yeah, it took an inadvertent elbow from Brennan right there, but they're going to call that, and especially in light of all the movement towards player safety and whatnot, anything above the shoulders come into contact, it's going to be a call.
Denman running the point right now for IUP, finds Wareham. She splits the double team and breaks the press. Marina Wareham with a lot of vision, good speed out on the court, especially for a point guard. In the middle, Brooks has the ball. Denman, jump stop, floaters up and in. Hallie Denman, confident drive and score.
Yeah, Denman now up to 7 points on the evening. Really done a nice job keeping IUP in this basketball game. A couple of really timely buckets for her.
Alexis Aiken powers through the double team and steals the ball away. Here comes IUP in transition. Denman controlling. Gannon back in that zone defense. Now they switch to a player-to-player. Approaching 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Travel call, yep.
Yeah, Wareham looked to get the ball to Stapleton, but wasn't quite able to get it to her when she wanted to. The defender was in really good position for Gannon and forced her to travel. And now here we are yet again, just over a minute left to go in a quarter, tie ball game. IUP with 5 team fouls, so if they foul Gannon here, Gannon will go to the line and shoot 1-and-1.
Back to Marina Wareham for a second, who was 0 of 4. Offensive foul will give the ball to IUP. She's 0 of 4 from three-point range tonight is Marina Wareham.
Offensive foul there on Tees. That's her 3rd foul. So look for her. Is Coach Brunelli going to take her out, or is he going to leave her in? Looks like he's going to gamble, roll the dice.
Let her go, yep. As we
late sub coming in.
Just had to make you look like a fool, of course. And he did. He succeeded. Jim Brunelli.
I don't need the help, Coach. Pretty good at that on my own, but thanks.
Marina Wareham is a player for IUP. She had a streak of 8 straight games with a three-pointer, broken last Wednesday against Cal. She's 0 of 4 from behind the arc tonight, but Wareham is a point guard. Her outside shooting has really been a big part of this IUP women's basketball team and their success. That three-pointer is blocked, but Aiken tracks down the board and turns it over. Shives countering back 2-on-1. Shives takes it herself and lays it in. McKenna Shives with a great job looking like she was going to pass it, and then took the layup for Gannon. Puts the Golden Knights up by 2 as we go back and forth here at the KCAC. Down to 5 on the shot clock and 10 in the quarter. Denman to Aiken. Her shot's blocked away, and it will stay with IUP. They're going to call a shot clock violation. So Gannon will get the ball as they call the shot clock violation. 5.5 seconds remaining here in the third. Gannon looking for a last-second bucket.
Now you can see IUP is going to bring Wareham up, put some pressure, make Gannon catch the ball, run some time off the clock.
Aiken steals it, and she beats the buzzer. Alexis Aiken picks off the inbounds pass and gives IUP a big momentum shift going into the fourth quarter. Tie it up at 36. Take a look as we step out here on the Crimson Hawk Sports Network. Fourth quarter action right after this on IUP.
from sea to shining sea.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
The American dream need not forever be deferred.
This is the richest, the most powerful country.
Welcome back to the Crimson Hawks Sports Network IUP women's basketball action. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, and Jake DeLuca here in the broadcast booth. Colton Warner, our director this evening. And IUP really had a nice surge of momentum going into the fourth quarter, courtesy of Alexis Aiken.
Aiken did a nice job. IUP pressed, tried to make Gannon run the clock down as they inbounded the basketball with just 5.5 seconds left, but nice anticipation and awareness by Aiken. Picked off the pass, able to go in and get the layup as time expired to end the third quarter and tie this basketball game. Fantastic game, Josh. This is exactly what we expected.
Yeah, low-scoring affair. Off the dribble, Brennan puts it up and in. Gannon, a team, they have the lead now by 2. Coming into the game, we're shooting 42%, fourth in the conference in three-point percentage. They haven't made a 3 tonight.
Yeah, 0-6 from the field thus far, as you talked about, from downtown.
Tees blocked it, but her foot was on the line, and IUP will maintain possession with 17 to shoot.
It's going to be a grind-out type game here as we have 9.5 minutes left, 2-point game. First team to 50 might win. Look for some half-court offense this quarter.
Brooks, shot fake, drives and scores. Janae Brooks makes it happen once again for IUP. Second time she's done that here in this half.
She's not been afraid to take the ball right at tees. That's the third time since this second half started.
Got a foul call here. Janae Brooks has had a nice game for IUP. 14 points. She's had 4 assists, leads the team in assist. Also has a rebound to her credit.
Also drew a really nice offensive foul against Tees earlier.
Tees misses the shot. Brooks corrals the rebound. So here is Marina Wareham. Denman driving the baseline and comes out the other side. Janae finds Marina Wareham. Stapleton is open. She misses the 3 ball. Leslie Stapleton 3 of 7 on the night from downtown. Here is Birchtold. Amanda Birchtold controlling. We'll check that Brianna Brennan. And it's Neighbors. Neighbors spinning in the lane. Misses the shot. Rebound. Battled for and lost. IUP will get the basketball. And one thing to say about the Gannon Golden Knights is they always travel very well, Eric. You look across behind the Gannon bench, and they've got a really nice contingent of followers joining them here tonight.
Very strong showing, no doubt about that. They travel well. As we touched on earlier, Gannon men and women's team combined second in the PSAC in overall wins over the last few years, only behind IUP. So both of their teams as well went to the NCAA tournament a season ago. Nice to see their fans supporting them.
Wareham open for 3. She misses. Brooks misses. An open look for IUP, a couple of them, mind you, and 2 misses there. Here is Brianna Brennan inside the tees. Puts the ball on the deck. Can't finish the play, but she will go to the line. And Jenny Tees very strong with the basketball in her hands.
That will be the 3rd personal foul on Brooks. Both her and Tees now with 3. Be interesting to see what happens if either of those 2 players pick up their 4th, but you got to think here with 7.5 minutes left to go, first place on the line in the division, that those 2 players are going to ride out the last 7:39.
Tees very good from the line as well. It's 75%, and she misses. 38 all here in the 4th quarter of play, 7:39 to go on an IUP basketball night.
You look at this game being as close as it is, both teams, whoever does end up walking out of here with a loss is going to look back at a lot of missed opportunities, missed free throws, missed easy layups. Both teams have had their fair share of that tonight, and here we are, 1-point game. But this is about what we expected. We talked about it, 2 first-place teams. Gannon, of course, won the first matchup this season by 15 up in Erie, but different story here tonight, much more competitive contest.
Brooks controlling the ball. Kicks it out to Marina Wareham. Pass left side to Alexis Aiken. Marina controlling. Brooks steps just inside the arc, missed the shot, rebound to Shives. And for both teams here, you have to expect that this is the kind of games you're going to be playing here later in the season. Both teams, barring a drastic collapse, will be in the PSAC conference tournament. Both teams looking to achieve a little bit higher than that. And these are the kind of games you'll be playing. Very highly contested, very tight. So kind of a good tune-up for both teams in a sense to get an idea of what they will have to deal with moving forward.
No, absolutely. It's time at this time of the season. That's what you want to prepare for. Postseason tournament in the PSAC, and then leading into the NCAA tournament as well. Nice job as well tonight by Amanda Birchtold, the senior guard for Gannon. Really done a nice job shutting out Wareham tonight. Just 2 points, 1 of 7 from the field for Wareham. So give credit to Birchtold.
Yeah, Wareham 0 of 5 from three-point land also. Leading scorer for IUP is Janae Brooks. Leading scorer in the game is Jenny Tees. She has 15. And Morgan Neighbors is back on the floor. She will spell Tees here for a moment.
It's been a slow second half for Tees, though. 12 of those points came in the first half. Stapleton as well for IUP on the flip side, 9 points, all of which came in the first half. So let's see if either of those two can get moving.
.38 game here. 6:20 remaining for the first of 2. And we've got some foul shots coming for Morgan Neighbors. Morgan Neighbors, 6 of 7 at the line. It's been phenomenal there. She's played in 19 games so far this season. Shoots just about 50% from the field. Morgan Neighbors, a very efficient player for Gannon, and she's looking to get into double figures with a pair of free throws.
You don't often see a guard be in the top 10 in the conference in terms of field goal percentage. It speaks to how well she does leading the conference in field goal percentage from three-point land, but very impressive that she's able to do it from other areas of the floor as well.
Neighbors misses, so she's stuck at 9. Gannon back up by 2. We've had 6 ties and 8 lead changes so far in this game. And you have to think that is going to keep ticking upward as these teams continue to go back and forth. Stapleton has a lane to the basket, lays it in. Leslie Stapleton driving and scoring with the right hand. Neighbors has the ball. And we've got a whistle, foul call. They're going to get Hallie Denman with this one.
That's 14 fouls for IUP, so next foul on the Crimson Hawks will put Gannon at the line.
40 all, 5:49 to go in this one. Inside, Tees lays it up and in. Jenny Tees working on Brooks.
A nice recognition by Gannon getting the ball down into Tees. Brooks with 3 fouls, can't be aggressive on the defensive end, just has to stand there with her arms up. Tees able to convert on the bucket.
Seven seconds on the shot clock. Gannon playing some great defense here in their zone. Brooks kicks it to Smith, who's open. She knocks the three-pointer down. Megan Smith
Nice find by Brooks on the pass as well. 5 assists on the night for Brooks, but Smith, big shot there, her first three-pointer of the night.
So Neighbors controls. Inside. Pass is stolen away. Gatewood turned it over. And now here come the Crimson Hawks, slowing it down, up by 1. Stapleton works off the Brooks screen. Wareham pops for 3 off the back of the iron. And sometimes shooting's a little bit contagious, Eric, so certainly a good opportunity for IUP to take a three-pointer there.
No doubt about it. Wareham's the one you'd want taking it.
Tees lost the ball as Denman knocked it away. It will stay with Gannon. They will have it when we return. Final media timeout of the evening here for the women. Back and forth we go. IUP up by 1. Going to be a great finish here on the Crimson Hawk Sports Network, and we're streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
Students in communications media at Indiana University of Pennsylvania can focus on a variety of areas, including media promotions. Our promotions students learn their skills by working in a hands-on environment, gaining real-world experience. They learn how to use media to promote, produce, and manage events, and how media organizations operate. They create promotional campaigns and help clients pitch their services, products, and events.
Do you have
With
stats
excellent
down there
classes
for
led by
people or no?
experienced teachers, the Communications
Can you
Media
hear me?
Department at IUP is perfect for students interested in media promotions.
That way we'll have stuff to look at.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back to the Crimson Hawk Sports Network. Going to be an entertaining 4:19 here because one of these teams is going to walk out victorious, and it's tough that a team has to lose a game like this because they've both done so many good things.
No, absolutely. And one of them is going to be in first place, and one will be in second place at the conclusion of this contest.
With the head-to-head meeting, so these teams end up tied. The winner of this one could really help themselves for sure. Wareham misses the pull-up J from 16.
Wareham having a really just tough night from the field now, just 1 of 9 on the evening for her, and Gannon now looking for the opportunity to take the lead.
Under 4 minutes to play here in a 1-point IUP advantage. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, and Jake DeLuca in the broadcast booth this evening. Neighbors knocks it down from 17.
And Neighbors now starting to heat up to 11 points now, just 3 at the half, so 8 second half points for the senior. And that's dangerous for IUP. You don't want to see her get going at this time of the ball game.
Got a foul call on IUP.
That's going to be a charge call on Brooks, her 4th.
So Aiken has to come in. She'll check in for Megan Smith. So Brooks with 4 stays in the game. It's the 5th team foul, exactly, and you mentioned. So Gannon will get it here. Under 3:30 to go. 44-43 in favor of the Golden Knights. Driving, putting it up and missing that shot there. Denman controls the rebound, gets away from traffic and slows up for IUP. Great work by Hallie Denman in a high traffic area to come away with the ball and counter back. Wareham controlling, under 2:45 to go now in this ball game. And a 1-point IUP deficit. Wareham controlling with 8 on the shot clock, and Gannon has played a tremendous defensive game, as have the Crimson Hawks. Leslie Stapleton has open space and puts down the 3 ball. Another one for Leslie. That's 4 on the night.
And now just 1 shy of 200 for her career, putting IUP up by 2.
That shot is missed, and Wareham controls it. Foul call on Brennan, and head coach Jim Grinelli is none too happy with that call. Take another look at Leslie Stapleton, Eric. You see she'll have just this little sliver of daylight, and she makes Gannon pay.
That's all she needed. Did a nice job setting up Brooks, taking the screen. Defensive back on that switch, and Stapleton able to hit the three.
Got a stoppage of play here. Little miscommunication, I believe, here on the court. I'm not sure. And again, you've probably heard this, the viewers have all the time, but sitting up here in the main concourse of the KCAC, you don't get a sense of what's going on. You really aren't privy to what's happening down low, so you have to speculate and guess, and well, that's never a good thing when you have us doing anything, really.
No, we're out of the loop enough as it is, and we can hear what's going on. Now that we can't, sorry, we can make it up as we go.
Not easy. 2-point IUP lead, under 2 minutes to play in this game. 7 ties, 11 lead changes so far tonight. Stapleton to Brooks. Shot fake, puts it on the deck, kicks it out to Marina Wareham. Down to 6 or 5 on the shot clock. Jeanne Brooks, high arcers, no good. Alexis Aiken controls the rebound, and she is fouled. Alexis Aiken's really had a great effort in the rebounding aspect. She's got 6, and it seems like most of them have come in really crucial situations.
And not just the rebounding, Josh, but remember what she did at the end of the third quarter, the steal and the layup. Right now, that's the difference in this ball game. In a 2-point contest, her bucket to end that third quarter could really prove to be a big dividend for IUP as we move forward.
It's her only bucket of the game, and it came at a really big time for sure. Under 1:30 to go in this game here. 2-point IUP advantage. Stapleton driving, she lost the ball momentarily, but she was fouled. 1:16 to go, and Leslie Stapleton will head to the free throw line.
This will be the first free throw attempts of the night for Stapleton.
And she misses. Leslie Stapleton has been phenomenal from the free throw line this season. At one point, she was first in Division II, or the NCAA, the entire NCAA in free throw percentage, and she makes good on the second attempt.
Yeah, 53 out of 55 coming into this contest.
Approaching 1 minute to go. Gannon almost turned the ball over. Strong defense from IUP right now. Step back three for Neighbors is no good, and IUP has it. 56 seconds remaining. They'll have 30 seconds on the shot clock and a 3-point IUP lead. As the fans begin to get into it, we've got a timeout on the floor.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
We're going to send it to a media length timeout. So we're going to take a break here on the Crimson Hawk Sports Network, our final one of the evening here. 56 seconds remaining. IUP trying to hold on to this 3-point lead. We'll be back on the Crimson Hawk Sports Network, streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
I fell in love with the campus, with the people, with my IUP life.
She's got a couple blocks and steals, so she's got everything to go.
See it for yourself.
Yeah,
Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to the Crimson Hawk Sports Network. It's been a good one from start to finish, much like we expected. A low-scoring, defensive-driven affair And right now, the IUP Crimson Hawks clinging to a 3-point lead with under a minute to play here at the KCAC. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, Jake DeLuca in the booth. Denman lost the ball, but IUP's able to cross the timeline. Aiken is fouled, and head coach Jim Brunelli wanted a foul call much earlier.
Gannon did a nice job disrupting IUP. Crimson Hawks just able to get the ball over the half-court line in the 10-second limit.
Gannon was very close to getting a steal as well, not only forcing the backcourt violation, but getting a steal of the ball and going the other way. Aiken misses.
And this is a situation here with the rule change in college basketball now for the women's side of the game. At 5 fouls, it's 2 foul shots automatically, so it takes some of the pressure off Aiken. There's no 1-and-1.
She converts, makes it a 2-possession game, does Alexis Aiken.
And that ties in right there. IUP, if that was the old situation with the 1-and-1, Gannon would have had the ball on the rebound going the other way. Instead, Aiken able to add a free throw.
Neighbors lost it. Denman playing great defense. Neighbors lost the ball, and IUP has it. 34 seconds to go, so you know that Gannon will be trying to extend the game here. See what the Crimson Hawks have with this full-court press, man-to-man, and they get it right into their best foul shooter's hands. That's Leslie Stapleton. She's fouled. So you see the thought process for IUP, and really it makes sense.
Well, nice set play called by Coach McConnell. Aiken set a very nice screen that freed up Stapleton. Obviously, you want the ball in Stapleton's hands. We talked about that earlier, leading the nation in free throw percentage overall. And now she's missed 2 tonight. That's equal to the amount that she had missed all season coming into tonight. So the door of opportunity is still slightly open for Gannon.
Timeout called by Gannon. So after the game here, we will hear from our player of the game, and 33 seconds to go, and we're going to be a little bit premature, but we'll name our player of the game right now, Eric. Who do you think we should go with tonight?
Certainly many viable candidates, but we're going to go with the senior, Jean A. Brooks. 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. A very well-balanced game from her to go along with 2 blocks and a steal. So Jean A. Brooks, barring something different here coming down in the last 34 seconds or so, is going to be the player of the game. Nice job for her going one-on-one up against Jenny Tees from Gannon. Really did a nice job.
We'll get a chance to hear from Jean A. after the game as Jake DeLuca will talk with Jean A. And then the second game of our doubleheader. The busy day for you continues, Eric. You better get your popcorn ready and settle in, because we got another one right after this. 3 ball by Gannon is missed. Ball goes out of bounds. It's IUP's ball. 26.5 to go, and the light of hope beginning to close a bit for Gannon, down by 5. Still certainly possible to come back, but the odds certainly are stacked against them. And Stapleton gets the ball again. She'll head to the free throw line for 2 more. And the fans begin to make a little bit of noise. 24.5 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off, and IUP trying to extend the lead here. 7 ties and 11 lead changes. And really told the story here tonight. Jenny Tees scored 12 points in the first half. She has 5. She's been limited to 5. Timeout called by Gannon. So another 30-second timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout with them. So we'll be back on IUP TV with the remaining 23 seconds right after this. Crimson Hawks basketball on BacklightTV.com.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back to the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. It's been a spirited effort tonight here for IUP. Looking at the road ahead, Eric, Crimson Hawks have to travel up to Erie Never an easy thing to do. Take on the Lakers here on February 3rd.
And that's the theme of the rest of the season for IUP. They have 6 games remaining after tonight, only 2 of which are at home. They have to go on the road to Mercyhurst, also on the road to Clarion, Slippery Rock, and they finish the season at Seton Hill. Mercyhurst, IUP was able to defeat them 68-57 earlier this year, but Mercyhurst having a nice second half to the season right now. 8-7 overall in the conference, in the middle of the pack. So that would be a nice challenge going up to Erie for Crimson Hawks.
They've been playing well of late, the Lakers have, for sure. Now under 20 seconds to go, Gannon needs some points here quickly. 3 balls short, and it's IUP's basketball. 14.6 to go. Golden Knights continuing to fight here and employ the press, see if they can get a quick turnover. So we've got a foul call before the ball's even thrown in.
And that's going to put Aiken at the line.
Alexis Aiken at the free throw line for IUP. We go back once again, and we mentioned it previously, but that big basket, in a game this tight, every basket's important, but at the end of the third quarter, Aiken stealing the inbounds pass and laying it in, giving IUP that lead going into the fourth. She converts at the line this time.
And you look at what that play did, it carried momentum into this fourth quarter. IUP with that free throw of Aiken holding a 16-8 edge in scoring this quarter. So there's definitely a correlation between the play by Aiken and the strong fourth quarter.
3 ball up and down for Elisa Ellerbrook. 7.7 to go, and Gannon staying here in the game. 4th foul for Ellerbrook.
And right now you're looking at a 5-point differential, a 2-possession basketball game. But if Wareham is able to knock down these 2 free throws, that pushes it back up to 7. Makes it a 3-possession game with under 8 seconds left.
Wareham misses the first of 2. And if you're IUP, the defensive strategy has to be to just not give Gannon anything easy, and certainly not to foul. And if you're Gannon, you got to counter quickly. Big rebound by Alexis Aiken, and she's fouled. So another big-time rebound for Aiken. She's got 5 on the night, and they've all been critical.
That's 5 fouls on Neighbors, so she fouls out. Finishes with 11 points on the evening to go along with 6 rebounds, but 5 turnovers and only 2 of 7 from the field. 7 of 9 from the line, so only able to connect with 4 points from the field. Disappointing performance for her.
Aiken converts. She's hit a couple of big free throws down the stretch here as Alexis Aiken. Got 6 seconds remaining in this one. IUP. Ball goes out of bounds, so Gannon will get it with 4.9 to go. And barring a miracle, the Golden Knights are going to drop to 13-7, 11-5 in the PSAC. IUP will move up to 15-5, 12-4 in conference. That's the final score. IUP victorious, 53-47. We're going to take a quick break and then be back here to wrap it all up. We'll hear from John A. Brooks as well. Post-game reaction coming your way in just a few moments here on IUP TV, streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere, programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
Think of the NCAA as a marching band. We wouldn't stop with halftime. We'd be full-time, celebrating student athletes in everything they do. Okay, so don't think of us as a marching band. Think of us as a spirit squad. Well, Just know we're always there for student athletes.
Welcome back to the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos. We're going to send it courtside as our own Jake DeLuca is standing by with our player of the game. It's Jeanne Brooks. Down to you, Jake.
Hey guys, I'm here with the player of the game, Jeanne Brooks. And a big part of your guys' success in the second half was being able to shut down the inside and shut down tees. How were you guys able to do that?
Well, we saw that they were going to her a lot, doing a lot of cross screens, so we just made that we were sure if we were talking early to make sure we got through that screen and just being aggressive and making sure we just kept pressure and have our help side defense.
Denman and the bench were huge. How did they help you secure the win tonight?
Hallie was great. She had a huge defensive assignment tonight. You know, Morgan Neighbors had like I think 26 on us last game, so for her to come in and shut her down was incredible for us. She did great tonight, and our bench was just there supporting us the whole game, so it really helped us to know that they were there supporting us.
Great game, great win. Thank you, Jeanne.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Jake DeLuca, Jeanne Brooks, thanks guys very much. We're just getting started on IUP TV. We're going to step out, but first we want to let you know IUP's in action this Wednesday against Mercyhurst. Another tall assignment for the Crimson Hawks, but they will do it in first place in the PSAC West. Eric, any final thoughts here on the women's side of things?
Just an impressive performance. It was a marquee matchup coming in the conference tonight. Two teams vying for first place. Defensive battle, kind of a grinded out late season conference matchup. Crimson Hawks did a nice job capitalizing. Hopefully they can take this momentum off the rebound from the loss to Cal and trend in the right direction as we move towards postseason play.
So we're going to take a break, come back with men's basketball action. We've got the Crimson Hawks Sports Network pregame show coming your way in just a moment here on IUP TV, streaming live on BacklightTV.com.